Kicking off today, you're going to have about 800 companies this week reporting earnings, about $8 trillion worth of collective market capitalizations. This is what the market's been kind of waiting for, to kind of get a sense or visibility. Are things softening? If they are, how much, et cetera, et cetera. And then on Thursday, I think we get second quarter GDP to find out if we are officially in a recession. So last quarter, the definition of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. Last quarter, we had negative GDP of 1.6%. So look, if we get out of it, and show that, we're not officially in a recession, I think it will be by a rounding error. Maybe we'll show, 0.00 growth, no growth, or 0.1, whatever it'll be. It's somewhat moot. It's an ongoing discussion. Are we in a recession? Are we going to a recession? What does that mean? I think that's just, it's confusing. At the end of the day, we just got to look at the markets and see what the markets are telling us. And, again, all of these kind of news and different things, they're catalysts to push the market where it's going to go. And, right now it's just kind of in a in-between stage. So I'm just kind of looking at all of these. This is the S&P. And so we're getting to the end of the month here. Looks like we're going to have an inside month, which, basically to me is just a coil. Whenever you have an inside bar, you have a coil. So I'm looking at the S&P and, we're just in this big, vast, choppy trading range, between, say, 3,600 on the upside, and we hit about 4,000 on Friday. And then I think the upper level's around 4,200. So we're kind of, smack dab in the middle of this trading range right now. And this is a weekly bar. So on one hand, while I expect the market to go lower, I always look for kind of a symmetry, a way to go lower. You've kind of been just going higher here, and I try and see how these things might work. I kind of just visualize different things. Can we see something like this? When I look for something to end, I look for a bar like this. What I would like to see this week is somehow us go to maybe a new high and then offer us some kind of indication of where this thing is likely to stop. But whatever it is, I do think that we're still in this bear market, that any rally is a bear market rally. And, so I'm just trying to keep an eye on these big pieces. So on one hand, we broke out, we've retested, then we made a new low, which in my mind then suggests we are going to keep making another new low. This top and the fact that we made a new low, following the retest, to me, it's a question of, it's not if, but when this thing goes lower. So how much banging does it do here? So we're still right in the middle of the dog days of summer, August, July, people are on vacation. It's time, you get a lower liquidity environment. So again, just so many themes and counter themes going on here. But at the end of the day, you just got to see where the market's at. And, we're still banging in this thing, and we just need to see some more work here. I do think we're getting very close to the upside potential, if not already there. So, it's one thing, I get one look on the daily, which suggests, we could roll from here. But the weekly tells me we still need perhaps to go a little more higher in order to get a conclusion. But so we have this downtrend line, and wow, we're right basically there. But here again, I don't really see markets going straight up and then they go straight down. I would expect to see a few days where, I'd like to just see some banging around in this area, just some, building away. And then, will be free to call. So I think that we'll be buffeted all over. There'll be a lot of volatility this week, and you just got to watch the risk reward levels. One of the stocks that I'm really focusing on right now is Moderna. I've been waiting for this thing to roll over. I'm waiting for a juncture where, it's going to roll over. And I think we're pretty much there. So, we've had this upside thrust, and then this recent rally is running out of steam. So you can see that we had this this low around this whatever $105 area, whatever it is, and then recently, we've had this rally, this huge rally off the low from 100 to about 170, which is a big rally. It's a 70% move, but the thing is still down 80%. So that's the thing. These things are so rock bottom that it takes nothing just to push them into these magnificent moves. But what I look at is when a market makes a new high, so the market thrusts to kind of this new area, this new rally, and then the following week couldn't follow through. Then last week we're stalling again. So to me, this thing is starting to run out of steam, and then you see this very narrow weekly bar. So these to me are tremendous opportunities. They look very benign. They look very innocent. But to me, this tells me that there is a coiling. You actually have two inside bars. So the last 2 weeks, the ranges are sitting within the range of 3 weeks ago. And all this is telling me this is running out of steam. It's coiling. And now the risk reward is very favorable because you can literally put a sell stop underneath the low, the stop loss here, and you've got a very small risk for what I think could be a very big upside.
So you can see, 45 is 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market's just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.